I've just opened up my blue Signos package and I've taken out the key parts of the continuous glucose monitor. With the quarterly package, you'll get one transmitter and three sensor boxes, while with the monthly package, you'll get one transmitter and one sensor box. When you're ready, take out the transmitter. You'll see it's got a slightly hollow shape. This is where the sensor will fit in. There's also a unique ID number at the bottom. Make sure you note that down as you'll need it later on. Next, take out your sensor. It seems really large because the bulk of it is this disposable applicator. The actual sensor is built into it at the bottom and it's fairly small. This flat part has the adhesive and it also has a unique ID number similar to the transmitter, so just note it down somewhere. Hey there, are you excited to get started on your Signos journey? One of the first steps to getting started is putting on a continuous glucose monitor, and in this short video, we will show you just how to do that. But before we get there, there's a couple of things you should know. 1. The transmitter lasts for 90 days from the day you first start using it. So you shouldn't start and stop using it in between, because once you start, it's active for 90 days from that first day. 2. Plan ahead. To help the CGM calibrate, put it on in the morning after you fasted overnight, and keep at least 2 hours before eating, exercising, or taking a shower. 3. For the CGM to work accurately, it's medically approved to be placed on your stomach. You can also place it on the back of your arm, but we don't recommend placing it anywhere else or on any muscular or bony area, and we'll show you just how to identify these places in a bit. 4. Don't place the CGM in the same spot twice in a row, mostly so that you give your skin a chance to breathe. You can do this by alternating between both arms or going to both sides of your stomach. And lastly, if you have body hair, be sure to shave that off so that removing the CGM doesn't get painful. Think of it like a large band-aid. And with that, we're ready to get started. So grab a couple things from your Signos kit. You'll need your transmitter, a sensor, an alcohol wipe, and your performance cover. To apply the CGM on the stomach, choose a spot that's about 2 inches to the left or to the right of your belly button. Taking an alcohol wipe in hand, clean the area to get rid of any residue, lotion, or sweat. Take the sensor in hand, remove the adhesive covers, note down the sensor code, and make sure you don't touch the adhesive part. When the area on your stomach is dried, place the sensor on it, break off the safety guard, and push down on the orange button. And the sensor is in place. Go around the sensor 3 times to activate the adhesive. Take the transmitter in hand. Remember to sanitize it with the alcohol wipe before sliding it into the sensor slot. Then press down on either side of the transmitter, or you can also press in the center, but in either case, you should hear 2 clicks. The CGM will stay on for 10 days and you can sleep and shower with it. We have also included an athletic cover that will help provide additional grip for keeping the sensor in place. There are 5 sections. The center tab can be left on if you don't want it to stick to the transmitter, and the 4 surrounding tabs can be removed one by one. We'll take off the sections one at a time so it's easier to apply. And positioning the patch over the CGM, we're going to go over it from the inside to the outside so it sticks without creasing. Then flip over to remove the second section. And again, go over the patch from the inside to the outside. Flip the cover over again to remove the third and fourth sections, and while you're doing it, try not to touch too much of the adhesive. And once that's out, go over it one last time to get your cover firmly in place. And with that, you're done. We've just applied our continuous glucose monitors, and hopefully you have the Signos app installed on your phones. Once you've opened the app and entered your personal information, you'll come across this Dexcom page. Click the button to download the Dexcom app. You may be wondering why you need to download another app with the Signos app. The Dexcom app is provided by the manufacturers of our partner CGM. Data from the CGM is transmitted securely to the Dexcom app as a security and privacy measure, from where it is then shared with the Signos app. So you will need the Dexcom app in order to complete your onboarding on Signos. The Dexcom app will be running in the background, and once we're done with the setup, you won't have to navigate to the app unless you'd like to. Once the app is downloaded, let's open it up. Let's get started. We don't have an account yet, so we'll sign up by entering our information on a couple pages. The first one asks for an email address. To confirm the email address, select your country of residence and agree to the terms and conditions and privacy policy. After that's done, hit the submit button and you'll get an email to verify your email address. Clicking the link will let us complete the sign up process. On page 1, you create a username and password. On page 2, enter your first name, last name, country of residence, and zip code. Page 3 asks for your birthday, your gender, and suggests a nickname. And the final page lets you review the information you've just entered, which being sensitive has been blocked out on the screen. We'll click Get Started, which will take us back to the Dexcom app, where we will log in with the username and password we created. We're halfway through the process. What we're going to do next is review information about the CGM and connect our transmitter and sensor. Let's review the safety information and set up the alerts, which you won't really need since they're meant for diabetics for whom managing their glucose is critical. It's now time to connect our transmitter. Let's turn on our Bluetooth if it isn't on already, so that our phone can receive data from the transmitter. We'll also need the serial number of our transmitter, which we can find on the device itself or on the label of the box, and we'll enter that right here. Next up is the sensor, and similarly, we'll enter the sensor code, which can be found on the adhesive cover on the sensor applicator. We're almost done setting up. There's a short video on how to apply a CGM, and once you've seen that, the Dexcom app will first connect with the transmitter, then start warming up the sensor. This process will take 2 hours, but you can go back to your Signos app to complete the final phase of the integration. We'll log in with our Dexcom username and password so that we can authorize Signos to read our data from the CGM. We'll go back to the Signos app to sign in one final time with our Dexcom logins. And congratulations! We are officially ready to begin our journey with Signos.